just like to welcome everybody that's on. This is sort of a community information meeting concerning a dog park at Henderson Park. We are recording this and it will be posted to our Facebook page when we get done. We are not receiving any questions during this period, but you are welcome to send any comments or questions to our park email, which is park@tuckerga.gov. And it'll come to us and we'll answer any questions or cover any information that may be needed at that time. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to turn it over to Michael Kidd, who is the owner of one of our design contractors, Root Design, and he's from right here in Tucker. And I'm going to let him kind of lead the information. So, Michael, it's all yours.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. And everybody should be able to see the screen. So this is the lake at Henderson Park. This is the road coming into the parking lot by the playground, just for orientation. So with this dog park, based on the master plan that was done by Barge Wagner for the park system, dog parks were identified as one of the higher priorities in that master plan citywide for Tucker. And Henderson Park had one of the highest needs for a dog park because there are a lot of dogs out at that park that are off leash. The city gets a number of complaints on a regular basis about dogs that are being walked off leash. So they really wanted to try to find a place at Henderson where people could take their dogs in a safe environment and let them off leash in a controlled dog park setting. We looked at several different areas within Henderson Park. The area that we're going to talk about today was really the most desirable area for a number of different reasons. Among those is the proximity to the parking lot, which is right here near the playground. This is a fairly secluded area. There are some homes in the vicinity, but with the layout of the park and the topography of the park, there's a pretty decent buffer of vegetation and grade change between the proposed location and any adjacent homes. And it's also a wooded site. That's one of the key things that we wanted to stress tonight is a lot of people, I think, have noticed that the city's had some work done in this area. They removed a bunch of underbrush. A lot of that would have been privet and other invasive species that were removed under the existing trees. I believe Rip said there were about 30 dead trees in this location that had to be removed. But all the trees that are remaining are intended to remain. The city has no plans to remove any additional trees. So the site is intended to remain as a wooded site for the dog park. So the area that we're talking about is just north of the parking lot, right here where I'm circling with my cursor. So it's very easy access from the parking lot. There will be a gate with a small access trail from the parking lot. The gate will have an entry area that will allow for division between large dogs and small dogs. So there will be a separate area for large breeds and a separate area for small breeds. The site will also include, so the whole site will be fenced in. This whole area here will be fenced. The location of the fence was carefully sited so that it does not impact the existing trails coming from the neighborhood and through the park. those trails will remain outside the fence for the dog park. So nobody's access will be cut off as a result of the dog park. The dog park will have its own entrance. There will be a single entrance with a gate. Like I said, there will be a division for large breeds and small breeds. There will be a drinking fountain or drinking fountains with dog bowls to provide water for the dogs. There will also be a number of pet waste stations to provide bags for people to clean up the waste from the dogs. And that's going to be an important management issue for the city, but also for the people that use the park, to try and encourage everybody. I'm a dog owner myself. My wife and I are religious about using poop bags and picking up dog waste, but we know a lot of people don't do that. So it's going to be important for the community to stay on top of that as well. That's one of the bigger issues with dog parks is the waste that remains. But the city will provide poop bags or pet waste stations with the bags, and those will be maintained and emptied. The other thing we wanted to mention, in addition to emphasizing the fact that no additional trees in here are going to be removed, the intent is that forest canopy will remain in place. And the young trees that are growing up right now will continue to grow. And as older trees die, those trees will be removed and the younger trees will take their place. So it's intended to be a regenerating canopy, which is good for a number of reasons. One, it provides a nice shady spot for a dog park. A lot of dog parks that I've been to are in an open field where there's no shade and they're miserable. And I don't like those dog parks at all. Now they offer some other benefits that this one won't necessarily have, with some of the agility equipment or things like that, being able to throw a ball and let your dog catch that. It's going to be a little more difficult here because of the terrain, but it'll be much more pleasant because of the shade. The other thing that tree canopy is going to do is help to mitigate any runoff that may cause issues, because there will be an increased level of pet waste in this area. But providing that intact tree canopy is going to minimize the amount of runoff that occurs from that site, because the tree canopy intercepts a lot of that rain before it ever hits the ground. That will be something that the city will also need to monitor and stay on top of. But with the canopy, I think a lot of that is going to be mitigated just from protecting those existing trees. I believe that is everything that we wanted to touch on. If there's anything, did I miss anything, Rip?
No, that you covered everything that we had discussed, and some of the feedback that we have received already. Those were a couple of the questions. Was tree removal, runoff, were the two questions that we had received previously. It's going to be a pretty sizable acre and a half fenced in area. Like you said, there are areas for the small dogs and the large dogs. We're going to have a water fountain for, ourselves and our pets, as well as water available in the dog park themselves for the pets. It's not our intention to go in and clear cut anything. We have removed everything that we're going to remove. So if you've had an opportunity to go and walk the trails, you've probably already seen the area there to the right as you come down the hill to the parking lot, and touched on the fact that, the topography and the canopy both shield this area from residential areas. And, like I say, if there's any other comments or questions, please feel free to give us a quick email at parks@tuckerga.gov, and we'll certainly answer those questions. And we are looking at probably starting the fencing of that area sometime in the next 6 to 8 weeks. Hopefully we'll have it done prior to the holidays is what we're looking for. So as far as a timeline, like I said, we've already done all the prep work. The only thing left is running the water and then installing the fence. And we've already started getting quotes on those. So like I say, it has been recorded, and it will be posted to our Facebook page probably tomorrow. I got to get with the communications department, and they'll get it posted for us. Michael, I appreciate you being here this evening, and
Sure.
appreciate everybody that has logged on. And again, if you have any questions, any comments, parks@tuckerga.gov. So thank you very much, and that'll do it.